My name's Nwamaka Agbo, and I work to reclaim love. One of my earliest memories as a child involves going grocery shopping with my mom. And on one particular day, we had just finished checking out. We were climbing back into the car, and I remember my mom paused to check her receipt like she does every time. My mom was going to school full-time, working full-time, and so getting the correct change was actually really, really important to her. And this particular day, she realized she had actually been shorted. I think it was like a penny. It was a small nominal amount. And I remember my sister actually being really frustrated and annoyed that my mom would even think about going back into the store for such a small amount, but she did. And so we climbed back out of the car. We went back to the cashier. My mom showed the cashier her change in her receipt. And because it was such a nominal amount, the cashier went ahead and gave my mom the difference. And as we were leaving, I remember looking back and seeing the cashier and hearing her mock my mother's accent. My mom has a really beautiful, thick Nigerian accent. And in looking back on it now, I realized that was probably one of the first times issues around race, ethnicity, and the economy had intersected for me. You know, many years later, I had the pleasure of working on the Ella Baker Center for Human Rights Green Collar Jobs campaign. And what was really impressionable for me about that piece of work was that it was a time where we were not just pushing back against what we didn't want in our communities, but we were actually bringing low-income communities of color together around a shared vision and to articulate a vision for hope and change for the things that we do want in our communities. And that was to create green jobs as a pathway out of poverty that fight pollution at the same time, providing low-income communities of color entry-level jobs within the renewable green energy economy. And I think one of the things I've learned since then is that I don't know whether we were bold enough and audacious enough in our dreams and our hopes for our community. I think we should have actually been creating the jobs. We should have been positioning ourselves to own those jobs. And I think this is important because when you actually have decision-making power, you are able to embed your values within that business and therefore the local economy. And so if we were fighting for things like justice and equity, we would have been able to reflect those in how we build our businesses out, and that would have hopefully influenced our local economy. In 2008, I actually had the opportunity to go to the Mondragon Cooperative Corporation located in the northern Basque region of Spain. And I think that trip actually helped me to solidify this idea around ownership. It was an opportunity where I got to see from the university system to the banking system to manufacturing. The businesses within the corporation were cooperatives, meaning that workers had an opportunity to engage in governance and help make decisions around the business, and had an opportunity to actually be in leadership positions within the business. One of the projects I've been really honored to work on over the past few years has been Restore Oakland. Restore Oakland is a joint initiative of the Ella Baker Center for Human Rights and Restaurant Opportunity Centers United to create a restorative justice and community advocacy training center in the Fruitvale neighborhood of East Oakland. And so Restore Oakland will provide spaces for restorative justice programming and facilitation to happen. It will also provide training for workers within the restaurant industry, and it centers on supporting the most impacted populations, particularly formerly incarcerated individuals and workers in the restaurant industry. Restore Oakland has been a place where I've been able to experience what it looks like to actually bring groups together to figure out how will we steward this asset for the community. How will we come together to make decisions together and make sure that we all get to participate in the benefits and share the burdens of what it means to take care of this asset for our community. So Restore Oakland is how I reclaim love. Restorative economics is how I reclaim love. Restore Oakland is set to open doors in early 2019. We are still in the process of fundraising and campaigning for this initiative. And I invite you all to support Restore Oakland with me. You can find out more about Restore Oakland at restoreoakland.org, and feel free to donate, feel free to get involved and reach out and to see how you can help reclaim love with us.